Hello.
Hello, it's another week.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi. We are back for the 81st episode. We are 19 away from doing 100 episodes of this podcast.
Damn.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
Very nice indeed. But yeah, we are back. We have more stuff to talk about. Not as much this week. This might be a relatively quick one, but we got some things that we can make into longer discussions. But yeah, let's get into talking about our weeks here. Mike?
Yeah, pretty much business as usual. The house is coming along quite nicely. I am just getting excited to finally move in there. Still some things I have to get done, like I need to make sure I've got internet access.
Preferably
better internet than what I have currently, because
You have Spectrum, right?
Spectrum, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
basically anything that's literally not Satan's asshole. I think you'll be good.
Pretty much.
This is true. This is true. I can confirm.
Yes. Nice. Bree?
Just a lot of moving and grooving. I recorded a new episode of Lake Crap over the weekend and also editing another. We watched the Taiwanese Dragon Ball movie, which is incredible. Like, unironically would recommend.
Good Lord.
Brock, would you believe me if I said this movie has PS1 scenes? And I don't mean like bad graphics. I mean like there is literally like a cutscene like Lara Croft original Tomb Raider triangle boobs, like PS1 level graphics.
You know, I part of me isn't shocked.
What
Whatever
year did that
you're
movie come out?
envisioning in your head. Oh, it's worse. It makes Scorpion King's special effects look like fucking Avatar.
Oh, jeez. What year did this come out?
So, it depends which one you're talking about. The original one came out in 1991, but it got a George Lucas special edition in 2007.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know. But let me just tell you, so Goku's name is Monkey Boy, and then there's another name, but my favorite of all of them is Yamcha is called Westwood.
What?
Whatever you're thinking, yes, he does wear a cowboy hat, look like Clint Eastwood, and smokes a cigarette.
Okay.
No, what identifies him as Yamcha if they call him Westwood?
What?
Well, it's because this isn't an official version, so they changed
You
all
don't
the names.
say!
Oh, and then Goku's grandpa, who, by the way, is still alive in this timeline, is called Grandpa Sparkle.
I beg your pardon?
Hey, Umbreon, it's called Dragon Ball The Magic Begins. And it's on YouTube, free with ads. Literally, we just watched one 30-second ad, and it was ad-free the entire time.
You know, sometimes you just need to not. You just need to not.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. Kiona.
Oh, well, how do I follow that? So this week has been an interesting week. Just a little tiring, to be honest. But I am 371 pages into the Vampire the Masquerade Volume 5 or version 5e, the 5th edition book. So
Wow.
and I read every single page. So
Damn.
that's been fun. Also took about 100 pages of notes. So I'm being serious here when I say that we're gonna crush this fucking thing.
Nice.
So I haven't been playing games like all week. No gaming. That's like how serious I am.
Damn.
So anyway, I figured, I'm sure Red wouldn't mind me showing this, but we basically unleashed our character trailer for this Vampire the Masquerade live play thing on TikTok. So if you all don't mind, I'm going to share it with you here.
In this city, power isn't given. It's taken or bled for.
You'd be surprised how people confess when they think you're harmless.
Connection is easy to fake, but
if they have money to give and blood to spill, they're mine for the taking.
My blood cries out for one thing: revolution. You're either with me or you're dead.
Well, to put it simply, I used to care for people a little more. And now I care for them a lot less. It's funny how that works, huh?
You'll learn quickly, everyone here is dangerous, including you.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
Very well done.
Damn.
Very well done.
Yeah, that is something that we worked on. I did some audio stuff because all of our recordings sort of came in at varying levels, so I tried to level that out and tried to make it like
That sounded good
make
to
it
me.
work.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it sounded really good.
Yeah.
Not bad for Audacity, it's a freebie, but whatever.
It worked.
It worked out really well, and Red put it together. She edited in all the video stuff. We used Canva and just edited in a whole bunch of stuff, and it actually worked out so beautifully. I'm so happy with it. And so that's like basically the thing that I've been diving into, and so man, it's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out. Like I said, I'm almost through the core book, so yeah, it's just been a deep dive. And other than that, just rewatching Daredevil, the old the Netflix series, the 2015 series. So that's been fun. I know a lot of people kind of crap on season 2. For me, season 2 is the high point of that show. I loved it.
Yeah.
Elektra, Punisher, that was great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun. And then the Kingpin's episode in that season was really good too, because he was just like nasty. D'Onofrio's so good at that.
Oh yeah,
he is.
But yeah, other than that, that's what I've been up to this whole week. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun learning a lot and trying to understand a lot. And yeah, I'm very tired, but I'm okay. It's one of those things where like it's rewarding, but at the same time, man, it's so much information. It's almost overload, but it's great.
Oh yeah. Take it from a guy that wrote fan fiction for Ruby for like 8 years straight and came up with about like 80 OCs in the current story that they were writing. Trust me, I have like 18 Google documents of like crap kept up of all that. Oh, it's
and those other voices that you heard, those are all of our friends and members of Red's community from Twitch and from Discord. So
Shady, I recognize
Aaron Sparrow.
Yeah.
And Beebity. So they're all streamers, and they're all like, except for Shady, he doesn't stream, but we'll get him there
eventually.
But like, yeah, so it's so we've all been putting in the work. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice. So as far as my week goes, I have been working a metric ass load because I have Anime Central coming up in 2 weeks, and it'll be quite easily the biggest con I've went to by a margin of like 10,000 more than the biggest con that I've gone to.
Whoa.
People size. Whoa. So yeah, and I've been told that you're basically winning the lottery to get a hotel to it, and I was lucky enough to get a hotel on the premises of the convention, so I don't know what to expect, but that's going to be in Rosemont, Illinois, my first ever con in Illinois. So that'll be interesting. Also, for those that don't know, and it did happen partially because of K-pop Demon Hunters and partially because of KDA, I started listening to K-pop about a year ago. And by that, I mean I listened to Blackpink on repeat. So,
fair.
Yeah, there was that. But then, like, as of 2 weeks ago, Brock discovered Baby Monster, and that's legitimately all I've been listening to. So, like, when you can tell what your Spotify Wrapped is going to be in the start of April, it's a lot. So, like, I listened to that, more Twice. All the girls from Huntrix, Aubrey Nuna, Ray, AJ's new stuff, Espa, Lusterfrem, and but mostly Baby Monster. The God, wow. They're really good. It's one thing I've noticed with K-pop too, and I don't know if it's everybody else's experience, but everyone that I've talked to at cons and other things since I've gotten more into that space, 95% of the time, males listen to all female K-pop groups and females listen to all male K-pop groups.
It's funny how that works.
With every brand of music outside of K-pop, I am basically the other way around. Like, not that I'm against it, but it's more male-centric than other. But it's weird how that one center of music, I'm like, I can't stand to listen to a male K-pop group. My life fucking depends on it. I just can't. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. But other than that, last week, I finally started streaming Pragmata. Capcom is way too good at their jobs.
Agree, 100%.
Pragmata, I mean this in the best way humanly possible. That is an Xbox 360, PS3 early gen game through and through.
Mm-hmm.
But it just happens to be on a power level of a PS5.
Yeah, and it's got that wonderful thing that like games in the Dreamcast and the OG Xbox era even had, and like the PlayStation 2 era had, where you have the action game shell of it, but you also have like a crazy mechanic that also works hand in hand and perfectly meshes with it, and I miss that so much from games.
Yeah, and like I don't know how to explain it or the exact games that I'm feeling, but like the old school games, like it was Tank Wars on the N64 or like some Contra games where like the main thing for the Bree and Mike, there's a place in the middle called the Shelter that they're like, hey, go fucking back to the Shelter and upgrade. We're going to give you a hatch to go back to the Shelter every 10 minutes.
Oh.
And you have more upgrades than you would ever fucking hope to spend your currency on.
Are there elements of this game, Brock, that remind you a little bit of Vanquish mixed with PN3, mixed with Gun Valkyrie, almost mixed with like it's
a little bit,
such a.
But it's the old school.
But it's interesting. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's the old schoolness of where like you used to have a level select, but you don't have that. But here you go back to areas feeling like you're going into a level select because the last thing you do before you exit is you literally just have the Joel Schumacher Batman Forever Batman suit up scene where you're looking at a fucking wall of weapons, picking all your shit and all your upgrades, and then just going in the terminal and shooting off. That feeling just isn't... Oh, don't worry, Umbreon. We're going to get into that stupid fucking statement later.
God,
I got a fucking rant coming.
Jesus
but yeah,
Christ,
it's just such an old school feeling game. And it's another... I'm a person that will sink 400 hours into a video game and never get sick of it, and then 2 weeks later want to start that video game again. Like, I think I have like bordering on 530 hours in Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, and like same with some Far Cries and some other things. Umbreon, you were like one of the 17 people that tagged me in that. But Capcom recently, outside of Monster Hunter, has been like, every game we're going to make is like 15 hours long. But that 15 hours you're going to play is some of the best shit you ever played. And that is the difference where I tell people where it is not the amount of time you are paying for, it is the fucking quality. Because I'm telling you now, I played some 100-hour sandbox video games that I would have felt like I paid too much for, and I feel like I'm not paid enough for games like Pragmata and RE9. Capcom, within the span of a month and a half, has released 2 games that are eligible for winners for Game of the Year.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, good on them. Like, I wish their movie studio...
Well, there's the difference. They don't give a shit about their movies because they get paid to license them out, and Constantine Films is holding on to Resident Evil with a fucking iron-tight grip. But, also... I saw 2 best friends comment on this, or I should say the Castle Super Beast comment on this. For a while, when you had a male and a child character, it turned into Sad Dad Simulator. You don't have that now. This is a guy who, like, he doesn't say he doesn't want kids, but, like, you have an intro with, like, him and 3 other pilots that are, like, gone within 5 minutes. That's why they're never in the trailers. 5 minutes is being generous. And then within, like, 2 minutes after that, the only one you actually see get killed, you meet Diana. Like, in an instant, you are with Diana. And she is just rainbows and sunshine and the best thing on the planet from moment one. And he's just kind of like, he's like, I don't do babysitting, but we're going to hang out, okay? And then within 10 minutes, you're like watching her like belly surf on a skateboard because she doesn't understand how it works. And you're teaching her earth things, like how to high five properly. And I am fucking holding back tears while streaming this because this is the most pure child I have ever seen be put into a video game. Any other attempts at making this character in a video game have gone horrendously fucking wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could probably think of at least 5.
Yeah, I don't know who did this, but there had to have been some parents involved. Cause now, give or take, children are not perfect, but this is like we're not parents here, but most of us have nieces or nephews. Like, when you get the moments when they're kicking on all 6 cylinders and they're in the best mood they're ever in and they're wanting to be like, fucking go, let's go hang out. That's her all the time. Literally all the time. And, like, one thing that people complained about with Atreus in God of War Ragnarok, I didn't mind it whatsoever because there's people that complain that they gave away too many hints, and then we have people that can't figure out how to get out of elevators when button prompts are on the fucking screen. Yes, I'm talking to you about you, DSP. Good God, you're as terrible as you've always been at a fucking streamer. How do you have a job? But, and then Diana will, like, jump you when someone's about to hit you, and I'm watching streamers, like, what I want to say, absentmindedly, not even thinking about it, jumping and going, how the fuck did I know the jump? And then the commenters are like, Diana told you to do that. You're like, she did? And then they would do it again and they hear, I didn't even think about that. I just subsequently took the hint and I wasn't irritated. Like, she's, like, generally looking out for you. And it's like, and if you don't get killed, technically, like, you lose life and then you, like, huddle back to the shelter off screen. And then when you go back, and if, like, you're not quite getting it, because she's a android, or an AI, technically, she's a pragmata, a new thing, that, like, understands these machines because she can literally speak in binary at them. She's like, hey, that big one that did the thing, here's a whatever, if you try that, that might work better. But she doesn't do it in, like, an asinine or annoying way. She's, like, generally like, no, I really care about you, Hugh, that this is what happened. And I genuinely was fighting for my fucking life in, like, the second to last stream that I did. Because, like, there's a moment where they go through a 3D printed version of Times Square, like, to scale, where you have a boss fight in. And they did it so perfect that they wanted people to think that AI made it because an AI in the game made it. And, like, you look around where parts of it that are fucked up, it looks like 3D print errors. Like, where you see the fucking weird crystallizing coming off of it, like the fucking reader went off track. Yeah. And there's this part where you go out on a beach where it's just a 3D printed version of a beach because they're trying to make habitats on the moon. And then she's, like, experiencing what the beach is for the first time and all that. And then Hugh, who again started out like, I don't care for kids, whatever. And then she's just like, oh, I'm just helping, whatever. What you need me to do, I'm here to look out for you. And they have this moment where she's like, do you really just want to stay here? Like, what do you want to do? Like, it's not safe around here. What do you want? And she has, like, a real sincere moment where she just goes back and she looks you dead in the eye. She goes, I want to go to Earth with you. I want to stay with you. I don't like it here. And Hugh is, like, holding back tears. And I'm in the corner just like, like, not having a good time to the, like, Capcom, if this child fucking dies, I am burning down your offices. And, oh, it's just, oh. Anyway, yeah. Pragmata is really good. Like, really, really fucking good. But, yeah, and then when that's done, I'm going to get to play Soros, which I'm hearing from people, which I did not beat Returnal, the game before this, because it was really fucking hard, and the runs were really long. Because those runs could turn into, like, an hour, and now I've heard from everyone that the runs in this one, they shrink them all down to where there's a lot more stop points, kind of like Pragmata, where you go back to the beginning or like to your hub area, to where your run is an area that should take you a half an hour. And the average platinum time for Returnal is anywhere from 50 to 100 hours. The average platinum time for people that are reviewing Soros is 25 to 30. And you can modify difficulties, but you have to do it so it stays even. And people are like, they understood exactly what everyone hated about certain aspects of Returnal and fixed it, which I'm happy about.
They're very good developers over there at House.
Oh, they're fucking ridiculous.
Really great. One of the best studios, I think, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Also, speaking of which, there was a studio that made sort of like, I guess you could call them mid-tier, sort of like AA projects called Spiders that got shut down.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I'm going to give another shot at it because the controllers were kind of wonky, but I heard they fixed it. Greedfall, which is basically like another version of Dragon Age. They also did Steel Rising, if I'm not mistaken.
Steel Rising, not bad. Honestly.
It sucks.
I'm not even a fan of Souls-likes, but like, Steel Rising was pretty decent.
Yeah.
And Greedfall, they have 1 and 2, I believe.
Yep, they did. They made a second one.
A sequel.
Yeah. If anyone likes games like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, that is right up your alley. It's a lot more political, but
I remember like the Technomancer was another one that they made.
Yeah.
Something about water being like a huge resource in that game, I thought.
Oh yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I
played a little bit of
they got shut down.
Fairly decent.
And like a few weeks ago, the Wu-Chang developers got shut down. Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
Oh yeah.
Which I heard was an actually pretty good Souls-like, where one of your bonfires that you run into turns into a boss when you try to save at it for the first time.
Of course.
I'm like, that.
Why would you not?
That is some balls.
That's some ballsy shit.
We lost Bree.
Oh no, where'd Bree go? There she is. Okay.
I think Chrome is very angry with me because I stream too much, so I probably have to clear my cache after stream.
It could be. All right. Let's start out here. Bree, buy or sell the first look at the Scooby Gang.
That looks fine. Yeah, honestly, I don't feel one way or the other. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. I mean, I like Scooby-Doo, but my ass is getting old, so I'm like, I'm sure it'll be fine.
The only thing that's honestly tripping me, and it's what I'm so used to seeing in the cartoons, is the hair color of Shaggy and Velma.
Yeah, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, too.
It's throwing me off a little.
I'm used to them having brown hair. Like, thick brown hair.
You know, I'm just sad that Shaggy's not played by Noah Centineo, frankly.
No, he's playing Scooby. We don't know that yet.
Yes.
Oh, no, he's going to have...
We don't know that.
He's going to have a cameo as Scrappy.
Who's playing Scrappy? Is it the Nicholas Galitzine?
Jesus.
He's going to turn into the villain like in that the 2000s one for whatever reason.
Yes. Oh God. Oh God.
Which I have to remind that James Gunn wrote those movies.
Yep. Came out recently saying that he regretted making Scrappy the villain in that too.
You know,
and also like James, I have to say, really, Mary Jane is Shaggy's luggage love interest.
Like, there's on the nose, and then there's
like from what I understand.
And then there's that.
From what I understand, originally he wrote those to be rated R,
or at the very least PG-13.
Oh yeah, I think it would have, but ironically, I think a lot of the hesitation might have been because Josie and the Pussycats bombed, but Josie and the Pussycats is actually unironically good.
I did not see it, so I wouldn't know what to tell you there.
It's good. You should watch it.
Nice. I'll go think about it. Mike, buy or sell the Coyote versus Acme trailer?
I buy, and then I buy some more.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Just the fact that it exists at all, and it comes out the same day as my girlfriend's birthday, which makes it even extra special.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice.
And you know what the crazy thing is? I don't get why people are like getting so mad about them taking pot shots at Warner Brothers.
That's like,
why are they mad at that?
Why wouldn't they? Are you kidding me?
It's like, you want salt with them boots?
Exactly. What kind of leather do you prefer to lick? the company, by the way, that does not care about you at all.
And
like, almost
and not
out
only
of their
that,
way to not care.
Not only that, but this is what the classic Looney Tunes did like all the damn time.
And I know this because I watch MeTV Tunes, and I've been watching a lot of classic stuff. Like, they were merciless.
Yep. It's one of those things where it's like, we didn't mind it when Deadpool did it. I'm like, yeah, this is the same thing. Except stupider.
Yeah. But here's the thing: is Deadpool's basically a Looney Tunes character anyway, so
yeah.
Well, though, I get that, but like, what I mean by it being stupider is Coyote versus Acme was fucking done.
Oh, I know.
Deadpool had to fight to get made. They had to just fight to get out. That's why it's even dumber. Tiny Toons even did this with their shots of Warner Brothers Steamer. Yeah. Yes. I still wish, though, and I want to say it was Stephen Colbert. No, not Stephen Colbert.
This is Steve Carell?
Steve Carell. Wasn't he the one, like, a long time ago, they were going to do a movie about a guy that worked at Acme?
I remember something like that.
Yeah, that sounded so good. That was back in the movie talk days when they first mentioned that.
Yep.
Like AMC movie talk days. That feels like a lifetime ago.
It does.
All right, Kiona, buy or sell the Clayface trailer.
Oh, dude, that looks great. Yeah, I'm buying that for sure.
Yeah.
It looks freaky. It looks, like straight up body horror, which I don't mind, frankly, in this case, because it's Clayface. How else are you gonna do it?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it looks great. It's very interesting. I'm curious to see what the take on the character is, especially because they're introducing him before Batman, and apparently it's not taking place in Gotham.
Yeah. I saw someone write somewhere that supposedly that James Gunn has confirmed that that's the same Clayface that's in Creature Commandos.
I believe it.
I have heard that. I'm not entirely sure that that's true. But
they could be doing the thing where like multiple Clayfaces exist at once.
Yeah, because there have been two. There was Matt Hagen and there was Boris Karloff. So this is either one of the two. This is probably Matt Hagen.
So,
yeah,
but
I believe it is.
So, I guess, is Creature Commandos just going to be like the bridge between the old, DC universe and this new one, that the in-between is going to be like canon?
Kinda.
Well, from what I understood, James Gunn said to me, and what I understood point blank is, if I reference it again, it existed.
Yeah, so like anything that he brings up
that's fair.
from the Suicide Squad, that's where canon begins.
Yeah. I know the 2003 The Batman series had two clips with Ethan Bennett and Ethan.
Oh yeah,
Bennett.
Ethan
Is that
Bennett.
is that a new one?
Right. That was the character that was like in the, I think it was The Batman, right? That cartoon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Ethan Bennett was like the cop who was Bruce Wayne's friend, who then becomes Clayface.
Oh, I've
because
never
he's exposed to Joker toxin or something.
Huh. I just never heard of it because I know Basil Karloff, Matt Hagen.
Yeah.
I want to say there was another one that was not an actor.
Mm-hmm.
But Ethan Bennett. Huh?
And then they did that in the recent Batman show as well, the new one that the Amazon. Why am I blanking on it? The period piece one.
Beware.
That was supposed to be.
Isn't it?
That was
Cape
Basil
Crusader?
Karloff, though.
Cape Crusader. Yeah, you're correct.
Cape Crusader. Thank you.
When the hell is that new season coming out? By the way,
I have no idea.
That show was so good.
Yeah, it's so
I know.
good.
I've been waiting for a second season of that, and
God, it was so good.
I need it. I need it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Hey everyone. The internet's dumb again. And shockingly about Pragmata again. I heard they were working on a second season. But
that's what I thought I heard.
Well, it could have been like season 2. It was this, and they split the season 1 order. It might be one of those situations.
It could be.
It could be, but I heard about them working on a season 2 after season 1 had ended. So I don't know. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about some and I want to talk about this here because, again, none of us are parents, but we have 3 males and a female here, and I want to get the perspective if this person's crazy in my opinion, or if I'm just not, understanding how my own body works correctly, because apparently I don't.
Oh, are we doing one of these?
Yeah,
We're doing one of these. So pop culture crisis star Mary Morgan says the idea of pragmata naturally gives people the creeps. Childless men do not have parental instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys. Men first experience parental instincts once they have their own children. And typically, those parental instincts are only felt over their own children and no one else's. Men are not nurturers. Men do not gush over cute kids in public. Men do not have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than being the product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. And you'd be taking the feminist radical gender abolitionist position to protest any of my above points. This should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives me the creeps.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, what the hell was all of that word vomit? Like, what?
So, apparently...
I have to ask, and I have a feeling I know the answer. Is this person left-leaning or right-leaning?
I don't know. I had someone comment that they believe that they're right-leaning, but I'm sorry to tell you, as a right-leaner, people like me don't talk like this. I'm sorry to tell you, they don't.
I know, like, that was some Tumblr-ass word salad.
Yeah, it is.
That just sounds like someone who doesn't believe in the fact that we as people and as individuals and as human beings can have some empathy.
Bullshit. And it's like bullshit. Like, men usually find that puppies are cute.
Yeah, I don't think I need to bring it up again that I have spoken on this podcast many a times that I am a person who wants to be a father. Mm-hmm. And if we go about this, if we go by this logic, men don't know they want to be parents until they're parents.
What?
And if you want to be a parent before you're a parent, you're a predator. And if you want to be a parent, for any other reason than continuing your lineage, you're a predator.
Yeah. I'm like, but and I'm saying this from like, I mean, this is
so anyone short of Genghis Khan is a fucking predator.
Good Lord.
I mean,
put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, this just doesn't matter, right? Like, who your partner is, but I'm like...
Holy hell, Brian Thurmeyer! That's a really good friend of mine who they've never seen the comments on here before. He's been on my other streams, just not the podcast.
But it's like, don't most people plan families, theoretically?
You would think.
You would think. You would think.
You would think.
You would hope.
Brian, who, again, here can attest to this... Me and Brian, and another good friend of ours, Morgan, we all consider ourselves brothers, are like basically not legally adoptive children to the Hatfields. I changed my name. The rest of them get along with their parents, so they have a different situation. Well, I get along with my mom, not my dad. But anyways, parental instincts or whatever, Brian can attest to this. Before I considered myself like a big brother to the Hatfield children, I would have killed anyone that would have attempted to even harm those children and love them with every bit of my soul and thought one day if I could have kids anywhere near as good as them, I would love to be a father. And I've thought that for like 19 years. But apparently... wanting to be a father, if you're a male, is predatory. Because only women gush over children.
That is such sexist shit. Like, as a woman, I'm fucking mad right now. What the shit?
It's like, I wanted to make sure I'm not taking fucking crazy pills here, like...
Yeah.
What?
No. That was some crazy-ass word vomit. I don't know, man. Like...
Go ahead.
I just think that when it comes to this game, it's like it's so obvious that like, okay, so the way that they designed Diana, the way that they designed her is to make her a little, this little robot girl that you were supposed to want to protect. You were supposed to be protective of her, and you're supposed to take care of her in the game as Hugh.
Yeah.
That's the obvious thing that they're doing here with this character.
Yeah, because
that has nothing to do with having any kind of predatory, sexualized. I can't even say that. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's
really
so
stupid.
disgusting to even think that. I don't understand these people and where they're getting
I think
that from.
the call's coming from inside the house. If you ask me,
very much.
I think so too.
Cause
I think anybody who brings that up and looks at it that way is like I got some. I got
Mr. Hansen would like to have a talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Chris Hansen. Jesus Christ.
Because 2 points I'm gonna bring up. One, if you look at a person valuing a child and the first thing you think of is predatory, that problem is you.
That's a you problem.
That definitely
that
says more about you than
the fact that is the first synapse that fires in your brain is I bet he's fucking her. Why?
Oh my god, what is happening?
But also, parental instincts don't kick in. Kiona, I don't think Mike or Bree, have either of you played The Last of Us? I don't think so.
No.
I've watched the cutscene, so I know.
Cool. So
Kiona,
Kiona,
where were all these people when that happened? Where were all these people when when that game was coming out, dude?
Kiona, I'm going to tell you a specific moment that playing that game, I got to it a little bit later than some people. Because after the PS2, I didn't game as much, and then got a PS3 about halfway through the cycle. But so I'm playing that game, and I like Ellie quite a bit. And then she protects Joel during the winter section, and it's really good.
Yes, yeah, very good.
And toward the end, when she starts talking about how to teach him how to play the guitar and stuff like that, and I'm starting to tip toward I really like Ellie. Never hated her, but I really, really like Ellie. And then there's a moment where it is relatively similar to the how the show goes, and Ellie can't swim. That's just into that. And there's a moment where you guys get sucked under a bus, and you get Ellie up onto the shore, and the Fireflies don't know who you are, so they knock Joel out, and you wake up in the hospital. Ellie's just nowhere to be found, just gone. And then you get told, how did you get here, all this, and they're acting like it's a good deal, and then miraculously they're hey, so what's the cure? We're getting out of here. Let me see Ellie. You guys did what you got to do. We're gonna leave. And then she goes, she's prepping for surgery. What do you mean she's prepping for surgery? And she's we found a cure, Joel. It's with the cordyceps. And he's the cordyceps macetate to the brain. And she goes, yeah, we know. And then nothing is said, but it's made quite clear that they have to kill Ellie to get this cure. And I start literally and figuratively feeling my fucking blood start boiling. And then and then not just that, I don't remember if they said this in the show, but they literally go, at least let me go say bye to her. And she goes, no, she's prepped for surgery. You can't see her. You need to leave. So he becomes a parental figure. She's going to die. You can't go see her. And then they're hauling you out of that hospital by gunpoint. I am telling you right now, I have never felt a more protective urge to murder an entire building to save this child than at that moment in that video game. I've never been more urged or motivated to murder an entire building than that one moment in The Last of Us. So if you don't think that males can have paternal instincts, you're a fucking psychopath. But yeah, anyway, I hate social media was a mistake, but I do love that I can bring up absolute fucking morons like this on the internet and just be hey, I'm not saying abuse this person, but call them out for being a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Respectfully call them a fucking moron. But goodness gracious.
That's just...
Dear Lord.
Yeah. And, to your point, Brock, I don't think that most people think this way. I think it's just people that are just fucking idiots on the internet who talk like this and who think like this. It boggles the mind.
The problem is it's the ones that are the loudest.
It's
I know.
It's Twitter and Threads brain is real. Oh my god.
It's terrible. Blows my mind. I hate it.
I can't go on the Threads because every time I see it, I just go, What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with humanity?
And like, here's another perspective that like where I got both worlds was a transgender friend of mine, Satomi, commented underneath that and went, all of what you said is literally wrong on so many levels. I've seen men get baby fever and gush over cute kids that aren't theirs. So yeah, completely false. A bunch of men want to have a kid after playing Pragmata just because of Diana. I'm on both sides. What the hell is wrong with her?
I mean, let me tell you this. I have never. I don't think that I've ever wanted to have kids, and I don't ever want to have kids ever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be no. I can't even say it.
No,
I don't want to be that. But you know, at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm incapable of looking at a video game featuring a younger, like a child, basically, and not want to, you know, like not want to protect them. I mean, like, I would want to protect that kid. That android kid, by the way. Yes. If I was Hugh and if I was in that game, it's obvious that that's what they're going for, and I think they succeeded at that. Just making you want to protect Diana, not. I won't even say it because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's just like if your mind goes there, I think that's on them, man. That is not on anyone else.
Yeah.
Frankly.
We've normalized people being way too comfortable saying stupid shit behind the monitor.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
But Mike,
Bree, I'm gonna need your help with this one because I can't track down the source of this.
Okay, well, I figured out the TDRL because I didn't even know about this controversy until like I figured out. So, to make a long story short, two voice actors of Digital Circus years ago, like in 2019, made a little bit of an edgelordy joke that it sounded like a racial epitaph, but it wasn't. They said it was. They said it was stupid. They apologized for it. You know, fandom's gonna fandom.
Oh,
blah, blah blah blah. But then, yes, the escalation was over at Level Up Expo over the weekend. I forget the guy's name, but he's like a notable troll, went over to the Glitch booth and like started dropping like the N-word in front of like fans and the Glitch people. And Glitch had him thrown out of the con, but I guess he got back in.
His name is Plain Rock 124. Okay. That's
and then,
great.
And then Glitch's statement's amazing, and I wish more companies did that. Do you have that, Mike?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna pull it up.
We need to remind people that there's an entire Google document that gets updated daily on Cannon Seeker 24, a Ruby troll. People keep track of this shit. So if you think your dumb actions are forgotten about, they aren't. The internet is forever.
Okay. I am posting it in the private chat.
Okay. All right. Let's look at this thing. All right. Okay, as soon as it loads. We are made aware of the horrific and hateful behavior from a specific individual at our Glitch booth today, and we have contacted Level Up staff to take action and have removed and permanently banned. We've also told our staff to not serve him. Other featured in the video, others seen exhibiting the behavior that would make members of our community feel unsafe or unwanted. These idiots are not a representation of our community and fans, and we want to make any Glitch event as safe as possible for all. We condemn absolutely any hateful, discriminatory, or dumb fuckwit behavior. That's awesome. Be kind to each other, and if you can't, then piss off. We don't want you here. That's awesome. That's how I would run a social media if I had to. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
In a mask and took a selfie with a framed copy of Glitch's post. See, I don't incur. Like, we need to bring back bullying. Like, like, I'm not saying you need to beat this guy to death, but I'm like, a little bit of hazing and a little bit of roughing wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, a little bit of the fisticuffs, you know, maybe a little tiny shiv.
Just a little tiny shiv. Just
a locker shove here and there.
Reminder.
A little tiny stab. A little Devil May Cry million stabs with a shiv and finish it off with a breakdown. You know, it's not a bad thing.
You know, it's funny. Like, I joked about this. My cousin, who is like the whitest girl, but she speaks fluent Spanish because her husband, I think he's like Honduran, but anyway, she speaks Spanish better than him, and she's like, my nephew was like freaking out. I was like, oh, so the kids and stuff. He's like, a little shiv won't hurt. The thickest Long Island accent. Like, she's like, yeah, that's normal. Don't worry about it.
That's awesome. I love the borderline school bully like behavior. That always reminds me. It's one of the dumbest things ever. I miss Sonic Boom so much. Okay, so what you got with this is Knuckles. My favorite fucking version of Knuckles ever, by the way, is like, what you gotta do is you gotta find the biggest one in the yard and beat him up. He's like, Knuckles, that's prison. Not if you let it be. Or only if you let it be. God, I miss that show so much. I guess they won't understand. They won't take gotta go fast as an excuse. All right, so we're into gaming news now. And the approved, yes, that threw me. Yeah, that whole show was just solid gold. Sonic Boom is so good. All right, so gaming news.
Yes,
I have never seen a chunk of people hear a breath of a fart of something and 900 versions of the story come out.
It's so much that it just confused me.
So I did a good amount of fucking digging on my lunch break to find people that okay, so for those that don't know, there's been DRM on the PlayStation since the PS4. There's been DRM on the Xbox. So where those people post weird pictures of me. And it actually got Xbox in a shitload of trouble. Like it's part of what ruined that big presentation with Don Matrick. But it's been on there since the PS4. And something happened where an update came out, and then people were doing stupid stuff like pulling out parts of their PS5 to like try and trick times on certain things, and were defaulting their systems to where they didn't have licenses for certain games anymore. And then we're taking that as the update did that to their system.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people were freaking out because they were asking the PlayStation.com AI help bot things, and they're like, I got the response. It says this and this. And then 14 people understood it. We asked it too, and it gave us a completely different response to the same exact wording. How about we don't use the AI help bot that's as useful as a like telemarketer that isn't living? How about we don't count on that? But
let's not.
So we had some people do some digging because there's the main part of it is the DRM affecting what happens to a digitally downloaded game if you don't have an internet connection. And it's always been basically you buy the game, it's yours. Correct. Even if you lose connection, it's downloaded on your system. You don't got to be connected to the internet to play it, unless it's like your one of your tiers of PlayStation. I can't remember what it is. One of the ones where you have to be like actually connected to stream it. I can't remember what the
correct. Yeah. Like the oh shit, what was that?
The plus or whichever, but plus or premium is one of the two. I don't pay attention. It just comes out of my checking account. But because I'm an adult that has expenses. So I looked through all of them and tried to find concise versions of this shit. When I say there was 900 versions of nobody knowing what the fuck they're talking about, there was 900 versions of nobody knowing.
Oh
what
yeah, it's crazy.
So I found the most concise one and looked at it. All right. So Reset Era user and Shrew, and now it's been confirmed by Does It Play, appear to have figured out what's going on with PlayStation's DRM. By the way, none of this horse crap has been confirmed by PlayStation either. So this is all just people trying to figure out what they think is happening.
Yeah, so not even a press release.
Yeah.
Just a giant game of telephone.
They're like, PlayStation hasn't said anything. There's also nothing for them to say because you all going off crumbs and trying to make a fucking 15-course meal out of something you don't know if it's true that you heard from one guy.
I feel like now at this point they're gonna have to do some kind of damage control.
Yeah. But the good news is it's only a temporary DRM, not permanent. Here's how it works. When you buy a digital game, you're issued a temporary 30-day license for offline play. The license automatically transitions to a permanent license and will be free from future online check-ins anytime you connect after the 15th day of ownership, just after the 14-day refund window. But you have to log in or be connected to the internet for it to switch. You will not lose the license to the game if it don't connect within or after 30 days of the temporary license window, but you will be unable to play the game after 30 days till you do, after which it'll turn into an indefinite DRM-free license. Previously, you had been given an indefinite offline play license to get from the get-go. So why did they implement this? It's possible that people found an exploit where they could grab indefinite license files from a game using an exploited console and then refund the purchase so they got the game for free. Hence, Sony's current method of mitigating said issue by this time is limiting the initial license issued. By issuing this temporary license during the refund window, users can no longer pirate a permanent license and simply refund the game. As long as you log in anytime after the 14-day refund window of any digital game purchase, it will turn into a permanent DRM digital license. At least this is what the two users investigated and concluded.
I mean, this sounds logical, and this makes sense, because while you're saying this, I was like, can't someone just return the game, like, if they just marathon it through a weekend?
Mm-hmm. We're acting like Charlie trying to find Pepe Silva, you are correct. Yeah, a lot of it was just one person heard one thing and just went, but yeah, it was a lot of trying to get around exploited stuff. And
I mean, I don't think they're wrong for that at all.
No, absolutely not. And just trying to get around the refund period, yeah, absolutely. Now, if this is true, whatever, you're going to have to hear confirms from PlayStation, but these are two people that have done exhaustive research and looked into things like this and disproven other people that haven't looked at shit. And I also do need to point out that this exact same policy is on Xbox consoles.
It is.
But we're not freaking out about that, because if PlayStation fucks up, it's got to be front page news.
Yeah, and also the guys that Does It Play, I believe that they're actually very, very good.
They are
at what they do as well, and
very
I believe
good.
that they're actually friends of Renegade Pop Culture, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Really
because I think that one of the persons behind it has been on our podcast in the past, in the early days.
Oh, could be.
So yeah.
But, yeah. So, everybody, look into someone who actually looks like they did some work. Or,
exactly.
Don't catastrophize everything you hear.
Exactly.
But Brock, that's what Twitter's like, and that's why I'm not on that fucking site anymore.
This is what
although Blue Sky honestly is the same thing, like, I've made so many block lists, and, like, I only do the follow page because I tried for you. That was a fucking mistake.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But it's like, when it comes to people freaking out, and they're like, no, PlayStation's going to take my stuff, and no, and no, trust me, you're wrong. This is my most favorite prop we're ever going to have.
I need one of those.
This is my favorite thing ever. This is the best $10 I ever spent at a convention in my entire life. All right, so my other favorite thing that is going to have people blowing their brains out because they literally can't handle themselves because they're stupid on the internet. Resident Evil Requiem director Koshi Nakanishi has said that Leon's ring was meant to represent the change in Leon as he got older. I thought simply meant to portray Leon's change as he got older, as in the conclusion of Requiem. The identity of his partner isn't important, but I guess I didn't go like I thought. Right. If we emphasized it in that scene, we would have overshadowed everything else, especially for Leon fans. So guess what, people? He's not actually married to anyone. He's just married to the thought of marriage.
Oh, God. Like, so many Leon and Ada fans just went down like the Hindenburg.
Oh, I tell you, I heard the collective screams of everyone from her to the people that thinking he was somehow married to the girl that he rescued when she was 10, because those people need to be in a fucking straitjacket. And then the best part is, but Sherry had a ring on too. On her pinky. On her right hand.
I mean, for all you know, maybe Leon has like one of those Jonas Brothers promise rings.
Also, I'm going to be honest with you. I could see Leon marrying the woman at the local bakery. That dude needs some form of normal. He's probably got some classic freaking mid-70s wife that sits at home and goes, honey, you make more than enough. And, like, yes, we have our 6 kids.
Yes,
I understand.
The purity rings.
Yeah, gosh. Unreal.
Crazy.
Speaking of Unreal,
Speaking
so
of.
Call of Duty movie director called war games pathetic and said the people that play them are weak.
Oh.
Oh, gee.
Wow.
That
That's
is
like not the thing you say.
And it's recently announced that a Call of Duty movie is incoming and set to drop on June 30th, 2028. As a result, the partnership of Activision and Paramount, while we don't know how the story will unfold, it's safe to bet that it'll feature all-out warfare at every moment. The movie's co-writer, producer, director Peter Berg recently came out of the spotlight in a past interview. In 2013, Berg slammed war video games, including Call of Duty, labeling them as pathetic and suggesting anyone that plays them as weak. In 2013, he certainly would not have found himself writing, producing, and directing a Call of Duty movie. That's because in the old interview with Esquire, he threw immense shade at the concept of war video games. An interview centered around Berg's existence showcasing masculinity in his movies. Influenced by his heavy military-centric upbringing, he suggested that young men should stop playing video games and take up sports. A statement made around the time he was working on Lone Survivor, a movie itself to be considered a Call of Duty concept. Berg went and what he thought about war games, and the Call of Duty movie director said, pathetic, keyboard courage, can't stand it. The only people that I gave a Call of Duty get out of jail free card to is the military. They're out there serving and they're bored and they want to entertain themselves. Okay, maybe. Kids, I think it's pathetic. I think anyone who sits around playing video games for hours is weak. Get out and do something.
Whoa. So here's the thing. I don't hate Peter Berg as a director. However, didn't he also direct Battle LA?
Did he?
Let me fact check that.
Wait, are you trying to tell me he's a Scientologist?
No, not Battlefield Earth.
No.
The other one. The battle. Battleship. Sorry, Battleship.
Battleship.
Battleship was the one. There was a Battle LA thing that came out too.
That was
like Battleship
Jonathan
the movie.
Oh, it's
wasn't that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Battleship was the one that I'm thinking of. That one was directed by Peter.
Yep.
Berg.
You mean starring the Oscar nominated performance of Rihanna?
I was just about to say that.
Honolulu, motherfucker.
Yeah. Let me tell you, as someone from Honolulu, I very much appreciated that.
Did you appreciate them Tokyo drifting a destroyer into the?
I very much. I appreciated the entirety of that film. Let me tell you, I did not walk out. Anyway, so here's. I'm sorry, you don't have a problem making a movie based on a board game, but when it comes to video games, that's like nah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he sure changed his tune when he saw a couple zeros next to that.
Yeah, when he
check.
saw like a big truckload of money suddenly appear. I mean, dude, that's fine. But just be like, look, I'm a journeyman director. This is what I do. Like I said, I don't hate his movies. I don't hate him. He even acted a few times. He did Peter Berg did Friday Night Lights, which is one of my favorite football movies of all time. Bro. Just be honest about it, man. They gave you a truckload of money for this, and you did it. And I don't blame you. If you're gonna just be honest about it. Just be like, I did it for the money. It's fine. Whatever. You did Battleship for the money. Can't tell me you did that because it was art.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm just telling you to this day, though. Let him do this one. I need to have Michael Bay direct the sequel.
Oh, absolutely.
He has to.
Like, it would have just been what he wanted his Transformers movies to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the most pro-military movie I think I've seen in my entire life. Is that first Transformers
yeah, it really
movie.
was. Oh my god. Left cheek.
We piss patriotism.
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. Bumblebee, stop lubricating.
Now, I will say there are lines in that
That's
movie
America's
that people hate.
lube.
There's lines in that movie that people hate.
It really is because it's oil.
Yeah. There's lines in that movie that people say are the worst and I genuinely think are funny, and people don't think how they would act if they were in those situations.
Yeah.
Like the Tyrese going, man, if you'd have seen this shit, like that's something I would have genuinely said if I was in that situation.
And you know what? I didn't hate that first one. Like the first Transformers movie was actually pretty good.
It's genuinely good.
It's genuinely enjoyable, for the most part.
The best one is still Bumblebee,
Poor Jazz.
in my opinion.
I know.
Well, yeah, Bumblebee is the best.
But
you mean the shape of Bumblebee?
The shape
not
of
trying to
Bumblebee,
fuck
yes.
the car. Calm down.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you see how Haley Steinfeld looked at that car? Bullshit.
Yes, I did, and I've seen her look at other things, and trust me, they look slightly different. But it's like, and Bumblebee also is the only media property ever where they called out the fact that they are called Decepticons.
Yeah.
How did it take until 2021?
I think it was 17.
17? For
18,
someone to point out
Travis
that
Knight,
they're
yeah.
called Decepticons and you shouldn't trust them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
forgot
that
how
much
he
is
would
true.
look-
And didn't John Cena say that?
Yeah!
Exactly, Umbria.
Yeah! He's like, they're called Decepticons. Does anyone not understand why this is a bad idea?
He sounds good, but
John Cena is the soothsayer of our time.
I know. I mean, and he was actually good in that movie,
He
but
was
also
great in
Angela
that movie.
Bassett was good in that too.
My gosh, I forgot you was in that movie.
My God.
Same.
How many people just accept like truckloads of money for these movies?
Well, that was like, who was it that played Sentinel Prime?
I mean, Coyote, do
I
you
would
watch
too.
911? Like, Angela Bassett's at the
No.
point of like, I will just do like fucking crazy shit. Like,
Was it? Go ahead.
no, like I have to talk about 911 a second. So
Sure.
she plays one of the cop like
I
Athena
don't mind
Grant, and like not this season, but like 2 seasons ago, you
Yeah,
know,
Leonard Nimoy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
they were on like a hijacked cruise ship, and then it flipped over like the Poseidon Adventure.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, some of those.
I love Angela Bassett. But,
You know,
like,
Angela
yeah,
Bassett's
she's great.
She's fantastic. Everything that she does, she's fantastic.
she's the
even
queen
in
of
her
Wakanda.
even in her small role, if I'm thinking correctly, it was her that was in Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done some game work, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was so
She's
good.
great.
But yeah, it's just don't what was someone what did someone say? I can't remember who said this, but it was don't step on the foot of the boot you might have to lick later. Cause hey man, remember when he said that people were weak and played video games were losers? How do you want to make a Call of Duty movie? Yes, sir. Please, yes, sir.
Well, you know, Peter Berg, I hope for the best, and I hope your movie is not the next Battleship.
Yeah, I hope.
I hope that I hope that Call of Duty is not that.
Yeah, Anyway, all right. So apparently, the male actor of Mass Effect Andromeda got an interview recently, and he was not happy.
So is he the guy that played the male Rider twin?
Yes, he was the male
in
Rider
the game?
twin.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, one of the lead actors behind BioWare's Mass Effect Andromeda has spoken out about the game's disappointing and critical response as he blamed much of the blame on EA, as you should.
As one should.
Response to the Andromeda was mixed with sky-high expectations from fans that were clearly not met. Reviews are middling, not terrible, but not great. A far cry from the original Mass Effect trilogy. That's a different game series, you silly pickle. All right. So I think, like many, the game got a bum rap, Tom Taylorson said. The male voice of the leading character, Ryder, told a fan, "We are Mass Effect. It was done dirty by the publisher, expecting too much of it, not being fully cooked, forced out the door too early, forced to use corporate shiny new engine when many of the team didn't know how to work it, and it was not suited for storytelling part of the game," which it was not.
It was not.
Taylor's referencing the use of EA's Frostbite engine, game development engine, which in particular encouraged the studio to utilize at the time and marked a change in the original trilogy, which was built on the standard Unreal toolkit. It's noteworthy that BioWare's widely praised Dragon Age Inquisition was built using Frostbite. Frostbite was also used for Anthem and the most recent Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Oh my gosh, they're still using it for Veilguard?
Shit, that was for Veilguard? Wow.
But
that actually looked a lot better, though.
That shocks
All
me.
things considered.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not using it for Mass Effect 5, which I was very happy about.
Yes,
as far as the
I'm very
criticisms
happy
for Mass Effect being released too early to the point of fans could argue either way, yes, as much as the game's final content was built late on. It felt rushed upon release. Some say post-launch patches heavily focused on improving, and it did. To me, that game is like an 8 out of 10 at the current moment. But the game has been given a 5-year development cycle by EA overall, which is the beginning back in 2012. Compared to how long Mass Effect offered the other games, Andromeda's development was hardly a sprint. On top of that, it was and he says on top of that, it was released in a very toxic online environment atmosphere, where elsewhere in the gaming space, Taylorson said, it was quickly became the punching bag of the week for online chuds for views and clicks. Their love or of hate sealed the deal, and it saddens me is that not to be the last time I was in a project doomed by online haters picking a game for a punching bag of the week. I also worked on High Guard.
Oh,
damn!
Ouch.
This
Fire
poor
your
man.
agents.
Oh no!
Poor man.
Oh god. Over time, though, I've seen a lot of love for the game and its characters for what it did well. The appreciation from fans for whom was in their game in the moment. The game helped them, and the game got them through a rough time. There is something to be said for a 7 out of 10 that comes out at a time when you need it. I can attest to that. Taylorson said he was disappointed, obviously, at Andromeda's reception and felt terrible for BioWare Montreal staff, who also worked was panned. Ultimately, however, despite months of post-launch patches to improve the game's base, EA decided to put the franchise on ice, ending any hope for single-player DLC or direct sequels to Andromeda, which they were going to have a Quarian arc showing up, which pisses me off more than I can mention, that could build onto the foundations of Mass Effect 2, 3 had with 1. It hurt mostly because that I knew what it was. Ryder would not be coming back, Taylorson said. I and the others thought we'd have a good decade of playing these characters in these spaces, and like that, it was gone. While Andromeda never gained a direct sequel, BioWare is now back focusing on the sci-fi franchise. The team of the trilogy veterans now building Mass Effect 5, and while the Milky Way is once again on the focus, fans have already spotted teases different elements of Andromeda's story may return a decade later, better or worse. The game's legacy is clearly not forgotten, which they do literally show. It's like 300 or 400 years later, and they show a relay being sent out into deep space, which means that by the time that Andromeda got there, they could have you zip back to the Milky Way and have those characters still be there. So it is what it is. It could be either I loved Andromeda. That was another one where I played that game at its worst state, just like I did with Cyberpunk, and still loved it. The ending of that game makes you feel like you're in a genuine war zone.
Which is what we wanted from the original trilogy as well.
Yeah. So. And a lot more decisions can easily fuck something up. And it can just, it's like, they had such cool ideas too, and they were ham-fisted with only getting 2 alien races, one being the enemy and one being new. And, like, you got a human that was so well biotically trained that they were in a squadron of Asari commandos and, like, other ideas that they were just never going to use again. And there's, like, 7 or 8 plot threads that were more compelling than anything that was ever ushered in the first Mass Effect game if you actually 100%ed and did everything in Andromeda. And everyone bitched about Andromeda. Everyone was like, we want to get back to Mass Effect 1 and how that game was set up. And we didn't like how some of the parts were 2 and 3 were because it was too focused and too linear. They literally gave you Mass Effect 1 again. You just labeled it as open world this time and said you didn't like it. Mass Effect 1 was open world.
Yeah.
And it was...
I'm kind of...
go ahead.
So I'm a little bit on the opposite end of the spectrum where I liked the directed, more linear focus of the second and third game.
I liked it, but it kind of made some of the weapons pointless.
It did. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But I think that for me, I think that was one of the reasons why I didn't quite like the structure in Andromeda. But I haven't beaten it yet, by the way. I still have to. But I mean, it's a much better game than it was at launch. That's for sure. It's much, like it just needed more time, which just goes to prove what he's saying is correct. That it just needed more time. It needed more time in the oven. It needed to bake more. It was cookie dough. It wasn't a full cookie.
When did
to use a Buffyism?
When was Mass Effect 5 announced? In 2020.
Yeah.
December of 2020. So that game is as of early 2026. The game is said to still be in pre-production.
Yeah.
I don't care if that game doesn't come out until 2030, as long as it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's also been a time of upheaval for them as well, with all the shit that's going on behind the scenes too. So, and then they had Veilguard. So it, I think BioWare is not the studio that it once was, unfortunately.
No.
But I'm just hoping for the best when it comes to Mass Effect 5. I'm hoping that like when they're ready, it'll actually be ready. Like
I hope so too. And there's a thing where a lot of people like to forget certain interviews where the guys who were in charge of Mass Effect talked about the BioWare magic, where they just knew stuff was going to work out, which means sometimes they kind of got lucky that stuff worked out. Because a lot of employees talked about that BioWare magic, meaning them just fucking hoping something worked, which...
Yeah, and also it meant a lot of, like, forced, like, really bad employment situations.
Practices. Yeah. But, yeah, we keep waiting every single N7 day.
Every single N7 day, keep waiting for the crumbs, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's been for the past couple of years. But you know what, though? I mean, I have hope. I still have hope that, like, they'll be able to deliver on something really good. I mean, they... Like you said, Andromeda at its base, at the heart of it, is not bad at all.
And that's the best gunplay in the entire series.
It really does.
Mile.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get you, Umbreon. It's I mean, thankfully, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, so.
Kingdom Hearts fans were built to do this. You shush. We got a Mass Effect game like every 4 years.
Yeah, for a while.
Kingdom Hearts fans sign up to suffer. That's like a guy stepping into an electrified pool going, ow, it hurts. Ow, it hurts. Why does it hurt? Why does it keep hurting? Why do I never get out of the pool?
Yeah.
All right.
Bane has a message for you. Stop pitching yourself.
Yes. And speaking of some things that we don't have hope for anymore, Gang of the Dragon developers Nagoshi Studios has deleted their trailers and their YouTube account. This comes after NetEase pulled funding, and when it was discovered the game needed another $44 million to finish.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Ouch.
Ooh. Yikes.
Then you have to read 4 other additional journals on why the pool hurts. And they're in no specific order in what you need to read those journals in either. Yeah, that was a game that you and me really looked forward to, that we thought looked really cool. I have to look this up now. What game?
It's sad. It's always sad when just like
awards
that kind of thing just happens.
Year have been canceled.
Now, was Nagoshi Studio, was that like a new studio?
I think it was their
that
first.
That didn't have anything to do with Sega, right? Isn't it like former Yakuza guys?
I think it was. It could be. But
Yakuza is in the game series, not that they are from the Yakuza. Jesus.
Yes. I'm trying to remember, but someone made a comment that is the 4th game now that has been canceled that was announced at this last year's Game Awards. So it was this High Guard. Oh, I can't think of what it was, but there's 2 other ones that got canceled along with it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of scary. No, that's happening.
I know.
Oh, yeah. But, anyway. All right. Back to this.
Yes, sir.
According to Google exec, he claims that 9/10 of studios secretly use AI but aren't telling anyone. Giants like Capcom are tapping tools like Gemini, and mostly top games already rely on it. There's forms of AI that aren't generative, you
that are not.
bag.
Yeah.
Also, like, if they're using Gemini, they could just be saying...
Venom was never announced in any form or way. It was on a leaked roadmap, Umbreon. It didn't get announced then.
Like, they could literally just be using Gemini to, like, ask questions.
Yeah. And also sort documents and other things.
Yes.
That's what AI is used for. God, I just love when some guy is like, well... Everyone doesn't like Google. I hope you know all your game studios also use AI. Yeah.
Well, yes. Did you ask them how their cloud gaming's going?
Yeah. Do we also need to forget that games have been using AI since the first video game was ever made? You program AI for your enemies, you fucking idiot. No shit, they use AI. people.
Come on,
That's
guys.
like another like people.
That's a thing, right? Like that's something that irritates me as well. Where I'm just like, do people not realize that games have been using artificial intelligence for enemy design like the entire time? Like,
but that is the thing nowadays, though, where terms don't mean anything anymore.
I know.
Woke.
It's like content
Doesn't mean anything. Content doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean
AI
anything
doesn't mean
anymore.
anything. They just like, I don't like that thing. I bet that thing was made with AI.
Yeah.
You don't know what bad AI is. We literally only think one form of AI is bad. Only one!
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, you're absolutely right.
Like,
Your
yeah,
AI,
exactly.
Like your calculator is AI.
AI. So stupid! God, it's so
I
dumb.
tell ya.
Alright.
What a world. What a time to be alive, like they said at that E3.
I'm getting so hot, I gotta take my sweatshirt off. My piss be a-boiling. Anyway, alright. So, speaking of partially dumb statements, Jack Black called Toy Story the greatest trilogy ever made, then immediately reminded everyone they ruined it. Toy Story is maybe the greatest trilogy in... Then they up and made a part 4. But part 3 was fantastic. Waterworks, dude, when they're holding hands right before they go into the furnace, and they ruined it by making the 4th one. Guys, do I need to point out the giant sign that says irony?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to.
That Jack Black is making this statement about an animated trilogy that got a 4th movie?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit, I liked Toy Story 4, but it was one of the most unnecessarily made sequels on the planet.
Yes.
And like right now, I'm probably gonna like Toy Story 5. We don't need Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
And I said pretty disparaging things on the animation podcast. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yep. But I will actually say this. I really like Toy Story 4. I think I like it about as much as Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is still like probably my favorite of the sequels. The ending to Toy Story 3 is great. But I grew up loving Toy Story 2.
Yeah, it's like really good. It's just one of those things where they have to do things that are unnecessary. Like, I'm sorry, why does Woody have to have a bald spot? Do we have to show the toy aging? No. The point is that they stay the same and the people age. That is not how that works. Yeah, apparently has a beer belly too, which makes legitimately no fucking sense. Did you buy a new toy and attach the beer belly to it? Or do we have drunk Woody as the new toy, and it's not the old one? Do we have Wisconsin Woody? Is that what it is?
God damn it.
Do we have 2 a.m. happy hour Woody? Not how I feel on a Friday. The toy. Paint does fade, but why is the paint only fading in a perfect point to make a blind spot on top of where a hat would be where the paint wouldn't fade? And there's a difference between fading and not being there.
You know, now that you put that onto the universe, Brock, I do kind of want to see the 2 a.m. version of Woody.
Yeah. I attach beer bellies to all my action figures. You had Gundam. You had Gundam action figures, sir, and Digimon. What were you attaching beer bellies to? You had Pyeldramon with a beer belly?
With special hangover action pump.
Jessie with special sorority girl makeover. That's what I was saying. No. The Redeemer is what we get, yes. God.
Yes. Umbreon got what I was putting down.
You can ask Buzz, How?
Buzz is also what her 2 a.m. toy is.
Ask him.
Buzz Lightyear, indeed.
Ask him about his friends who sell cocaine. Ask him about that.
Yeah. And what are we gonna talk Slinky about all the lines that he's doing, huh? Mr. Potato Head's been putting on some alternative parts and having some fun, huh? We're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, you know, this is
now that's
why,
a Toy Story 5 I would watch.
You know why Buzz and Woody are friends? It's because Woody's a sheriff, right?
Yeah.
He's a cop.
Yeah.
No. What we need to talk about is we're not getting Toy Story 6 unless they are competing with the toys inside of Woody's girlfriend's dresser. We've done the pad, the electronic pad. They need to be like, what's that thing? And why do they play with that more than us?
Yes.
We need to investigate. Ham's been storing more than money in his body. Exactly. What is he packing in there? I want to know.
Toy Story After Dark.
What is Etch-a-Sketch? What is the Etch-a-Sketch's name? Is there one?
I think it's just Etch.
What's he been drawing for his OnlyFans, huh? What's he been doing?
You know what?
What?
He's hooking up, you know, with that one Olympian drug lord, like the guy who was like a former Winter Olympian, like the white dude.
Yeah, and you can't tell me Duke Kaboom isn't back doing drugs. Like, what are we?
Come on. Just the name itself is a giveaway.
Prickle Pants has been making some special films with his acting.
Yes.
We need to come up with a Toy Story 6 porn parody. So
get that shit.
Rewrite the treatment.
I know. We need this. We need
Woody's Wild Ride and Buzz's
And you know who's gonna star as Woody?
No, just
Noah Centineo.
Goddamn right.
You know, we don't even have to change the title. Just call it Woody's Roundup. And make of that what you will.
No. We need to call it Toy Story Sid's Revenge, where he starts making them into some toys.
Oh, yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Anyway.
Wonderful.
So, Paramount has asked the FCC to sign off on its Middle East investments for the Warner Brothers merger. Filing shows that the indirect foreign ownership of Equality in Paramount will be approximately 49.5%.
Holy shit.
That's bad.
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna go great. Seeing private equity in a couple years.
Why do we need to have more? Why do they need to just be invest in things and never do anything with them other than just be like, put stuff in that we like? That's all it is. That's what they did with what the hell was they don't they own SNK, Kiona?
They do own SNK, yes.
Didn't they shove an Arabian DJ or something in there after they bought them?
Probably.
It was
I would not doubt it.
And it's a character legitimately everyone in that fandom
Holy
hates.
shit. And not only that, but then they had that horrendous like Fatal Fury like fucking AI produced trailer, like it was all just generated AI, and that shit looked awful.
Yeah, let's get Saudi Arabia in charge of the all-female fighting game that's known for jiggle physics. Because that's gonna go over well.
I think, to their credit, SNK as a development house has been trying to do things about as well as they can, and I think that they have been, pretty successful still, but the fact that they're owned by a foreign interest is not exactly...
And that foreign
And I would say that if they were owned by an American, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It is not... it doesn't exactly bode well.
Yeah, it's not great. All right, we're gonna skip around a little bit here. Here's another great comment from a person working on a video game adaptation. Noah Howley says his Far Cry series won't be adapting any of the games as he thinks the audience skips the story cutscenes in those games. Hey guys, I'm sorry to tell you, Far Cry literally lives off of how fucking insane the cutscenes are.
Yes, it does. And also, we only do that after we beat the game the first time, you idiots. Anyway. Yeah. And Noah Hawley, I loved Legion. What's up with you people, you directors and producers sitting here and screwing me tonight?
And also, dude, you did Alien too. What is your problem, bro?
Yeah. One thing that really attracted me to the Far Cry franchise is it's an anthology series. And every time they release a new game, it's a totally different story, he explained. That's why I approach Fargo, and an exciting idea that we can build on an anthology game adaptation where each season is a different story about civilized people thrown into situations where they have to become increasingly uncivilized. I am not specifically adapting any of the games that they've put out. I'm saying as much as I did with the Coens or X-Men that created FX's Legion or Alien, let me have a dialogue with this franchise because I think that's what the Far Cry story is. We can have a larger conversation about the strengths and weaknesses of adapting video games specifically because games are built in a way that doesn't make for the best drama. You have not played video games. When I play a video game, I only really move forward through the gameplay section and then have these cutscenes that you can all skip. So when you adapt these games, you have to be aware that it makes a human drama kind of irrelevant to the story. That is the death for a show. So skipping the story is the death for a show.
Nope.
I am no longer excited even fucking remotely about this Far Cry show now.
This is just like the Resident Evil movie. It's the same exact thing.
And it would have been funny if you said, hey, I want to do my own thing. I'm not adapting any of the games. I don't think anyone would have had a problem with that.
If he just ended his quote there,
yeah,
nobody would take issue.
Which is perfectly fine, but it's like, no. This game series that I claim to have played has nothing to do with the cutscenes. No one does it. I've never heard a more incorrect statement about cutscenes. Like Call of Duty, you could skip a cutscene. You could do whatever. These literally live off of what are these cooped up characters having hallucinations about fighting giant, weird tribal monsters about now? Far Cry literally lives off of how fucking bonkers their cutscenes are. And the strengths and weaknesses of adapting video games. And then your next statement is, yeah, I'm just going to forget any of those cutscenes happen.
I'm sorry, has this guy ever, he says that he played video games before, but, have you ever played, Spec Ops The Line?
No.
Did you play, Pac-Man, or, maybe you played, Final Fantasy VIII when it first came out?
He's a big fan of David Cage. Big fan of David Cage. Plus the emotions.
The emotions.
We go in the middle of our studio where we have the farting ball sack. I'm not joking. They have a farting ball sack in their studio. That came out from a former employee. Which is worse, the farting ball sack room or the Cosby suite?
Oh, God.
Admittedly, I would have laughed. But
all right. James Gunn has said The Authority is no longer in development at DC Studios. The script wasn't quite there, but more importantly, it didn't work in terms of the larger DCU, both in terms of story or practical concerns. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. The boys did it better, apparently.
And not only that, but he's saying this when there was never even a release date or any writer or director even attached to an Authority movie, and B, I think given the kind of direction that the DC universe is going in now, I don't really even see where you would fit in the Authority.
Yeah.
I don't either, but I'm like, this is my version of everyone in the MCU goes, well, that movie's in there just to continue, and outside of having two other things here, it doesn't continue the story because they shoved two things and they just made a movie to make a movie. So all the complaints they've had about Phase 5, he's avoiding doing by doing this.
Yeah. He learned.
Yeah.
And now people are mad at him because he has no fucking plan. He's not doing blah, blah, blah. No. He has a plan. That's why he's not doing this.
There's a reason why it's called development.
Yes.
Some things don't come to term.
Would you much rather him go, yeah, this script's fucking garbage. Spend $400 million. That's how we got the Flash movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're never. I'm hoping we never get another Flash movie.
Yeah, remember that movie? where they had to show the Superman that literally killed himself because of how much playing Superman like ruined his life? You remember when they thought that was a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? That's
yeah,
great.
Sure do.
Yeah.
The only good thing about it was Keaton's Batman. That was it. Well, Supergirl also was good.
I don't know, man. Like, I think that really great bat suit that they thought looked cool.
Yeah.
That is Umbreon, that is a context quote that he did not say that people have blown out of proportion. Yeah. You have said that like 1,400 times and you know that's not true, dude. You know that's not true. All right. Yeah. Mike, these next ones are yours.
All right. Before we get to the summer movie preview, I just want to point out a couple stats that that the Michael Jackson biopic, for its opening weekend, it broke quite a few records. Biggest opening ever for a biopic of any kind, not just music. Biggest opening of the year for a live-action film, domestic and worldwide. So for those who aren't aware, Michael made $97 million domestic over the weekend, which is, biggest opening of the year for a live-action film. So not bigger than Mario Galaxy. The first biopic in history to surpass 100 million worldwide in a single day. That's impressive.
Yeah. That is
biggest opening for Lionsgate since 2015, which is saying something.
That is crazy.
Biggest opening ever for...
Was that like Hunger Games, I guess?
2015 would have been part 2 of Mockingjay. Wow. So yeah. Biggest opening ever for director Antoine Fuqua, producer Graham King, and writer John Logan. Good for them.
Nice.
Highest audience score for a music biopic ever at 97%. And we keep going. Domestically, it's the 6th biggest opening of all time for Lionsgate, behind only the first 4 Hunger Games films and Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Worldwide, it's the biggest opening weekend of all time for any musical biopic.
Wow.
Biggest IMAX debut ever for a music biopic. And in international markets, it set new marks for the biggest opening weekend for a musical biopic in 63 markets, which includes the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Germany, Brazil, Australia, Spain, the Netherlands, and South Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, so this thing made a lot of money.
And you know what tells to me is that whatever anyone says on the internet, like, whatever you feel, like, the vast majority of people, for better or worse, don't fucking care.
Pretty much. It's kind of the same thing with Scream 7, that, like, just because there are people online who are very loud and passionate about any sort of like boycotts or anything, casual movie fans, they just want to see the movies that they want to see.
Well, which on a more positive note, like, kind of just walk away from the controversy like a little bit. This kind of further proves my point of why studios are fucking chicken shit. Because, they're, like, worried about people, being offended by content. No, they won't.
Not even remotely.
Yeah, not even remotely.
Not even remotely. No. They half the time that'll only pull them off is when you try to make a big deal and advertise something for the movie that shouldn't be a big part of the movie. And we all know what it's talking about.
Yep. And even then, that's not necessarily, like, the studios being like, hey, we're the first to do this. It's, I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's like, wow, maybe you should just make movies that people want to see and not spend hundreds of millions of dollars on, go big or go home projects, and maybe make mid-range movies again.
Why would we think of that? Come on, why would we do that? Unbelievable.
Seriously.
Ay.
Now, speaking of irresponsible spending, Let's take a look at the summer movie preview.
Oh no. Oh no.
Beautiful transition there.
So, we kick things off this weekend with The Devil Wears Prada 2, which comes 20 years after the original.
Which, by the way, did you guys watch that Doechii and Lady Gaga music video for their song? It is so good.
Yeah,
I will check that out later.
It's like 2.5 minutes. It's like, first of all, Doechii is amazing, saying, "I wish the best for her. She deserves everything."
She does.
And, you know, this is like vintage, like Gaga, like that they like. It's like so weird to see something actually properly color graded. I was like, wow, this doesn't look like shit.
And next weekend, we've got some heavy hitters. We've got the Billie Eilish concert film, Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour, which James Cameron directed.
I knew it, bro. If you didn't say it, I was going to say it.
Then we have The Sheep Detectives.
That's the title of my second one.
Which is apparently getting great reviews.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like actually looking forward to that. And on that same weekend, Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know.
Everything I'm hearing about this sounds so good.
Man, I can't believe that it's coming out so soon. Jeez.
Right?
It feels like it kind of just came up.
Yeah, it feels like the time has just flew by from when we first had it announced. But anyway, flown by. Excuse me with my bad grammar. Okay, go.
Yes.
May 15th has a couple good ones. There's an action movie called Is God Is.
Oh,
I've
that
heard,
grammar.
I've heard of it. Yeah. Speaking of, yeah,
it's another one of those like revenge thrillers.
Okay.
And then
sounds interesting. Sounds really.
And then there's a horror film that I'm looking forward to called Obsession. I can show you guys the trailer later.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I've heard of that. I think I've seen the trailer.
And then on May 22nd, we've got Boots Riley's new movie, I Love Boosters. And then The Mandalorian and Grogu.
I Love Boosters was the name of my autobiography, by the way.
You ain't talking about COVID, baby.
Oh, yes, that and other things. Anyway.
May 29th has a movie called Pressure, which features Brendan Fraser as Dwight D. Eisenhower. So it's probably going to be
really good.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
And then June 5th is going to be an interesting weekend. So the finale of The Amazing Digital Circus and Masters of the Universe.
You know, there's one thing missing from the Masters of the Universe movie that could make it a surefire hit.
No Centineo.
No Centineo. I can't believe we thought for like 6 months straight that he was in that movie and he just never was.
Yeah. Well, he was initially, though.
Yeah, he was initially.
Wait, with Masters of the Universe, we have to bring that up.
Oh. Yes, we do.
Okay, so while we're here,
we might as well.
Okay, so there was
we are tourists through the stars.
We're gonna. All right, everyone, we're gonna do this slowly because
sure.
That's the subtitle of my autobiography.
Yeah, exactly. We like it slow.
Into this.
We like it slow.
We like
slow and easy.
Right in.
Slow and easy, baby.
Where we give them the old dick twist.
Hell yeah.
So they made a Masters of the Universe menu, and oh boy, is there varying results. So this doesn't look half bad. Other than like the sherbet whatever ice cream that they have on top of the pancakes there. You said those Pop Rocks that's in here?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a people that went out and got this versus what they were expecting versus what they got. So the buttermilk pancakes crowned with mint chocolate chip ice cream served with eggs, hash browns, and your choice of bacon and sausage. You know?
I'm sorry, did you just over my mint chocolate ice cream? That's my favorite ice cream.
Not on buttermilk pancakes!
Okay, that's fair.
But, so this, you know, what you're expecting.
Yeah, not bad.
Yikes.
You got all the other stuff in the slam too, but they came on a separate plate. You like the one drizzle of syrup they got across there?
I also love how the pancakes are partially burnt too.
It also looks like someone ate the ice cream partially before it came out there.
Did the person, was he rude to the waiter? Like, did the person just hate his guts or something that made this pancake? I'm so curious.
No, I think the person who hates their guts is the one we're going to show that got some bodily fluids on it later.
This is true.
So then we have update.
Very nice. Very, very nice picture. I love that picture. Courage door. Courage door. What the hell kind of name? What are we doing here? Okay.
I don't know. But all right. So 3 silver dollar pancakes drizzled with vanilla cream, topped with a magical burst of popping candy.
Burst.
Oh my god.
That was definitely a magical burst, all right.
These are your silver. We've saw these pictures, by the way, already, people. These are your silver dollar pancakes with the drizzle of. Wait, let me read that correctly.
The magical burst.
Topped with a with vanilla cream.
Vanilla
and
cream.
a magical burst of candy.
Yes.
So, I almost showed it. So
avert your eyes, everyone. Everyone is of a sensitive age.
So this is what it's supposed to look like. Now, everyone who is of culture and has seen some certain cartoons of the Japanese variety.
Yeah.
That is some hentai level splooge going on there.
That is a magical burst, all right.
I'd also like to add how there's just
barely any
hash browns.
Yep.
Just some hash browns. The most dried up pancakes I've seen in my entire life, and a just loony, like literal hentai level.
So beautiful.
On there.
It's so beautiful, Brock. It's a thing of wonder. I definitely want to go to Eternia.
Excuse
me,
sir.
More like.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like some pancakes with my splooge? Like, would you?
This seems more like the Dolph Lundgren version of Masters of the Universe.
I'm sorry. Does Johnny Sins work in your kitchen? Like, what are we like? And then, so
I think that was Skeletor's pancakes. I think he just splooged all over it.
The waiter is coming. Yeah, don't worry. The waiter came. All right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then we have update 3, the heroic stack of juicy beef. A heroic stack of juicy beef, hand pulled. That's how I like my beef. Crispy bacon with BBQ sauce, lettuce, tomato, red onions, and pickles. Served. I never have beef unless it's hand pulled. Served with wavy cut fries.
I hand pull my own beef, and sometimes I do it more than once a day.
I hand pulled my beef this morning. Now I'll give them credit. This one's not bad.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Not terrible.
At least that kind of looks like the picture.
It looks alright.
This one looks like the cook didn't come inside the burger. So,
well, I don't know. If you change the color of that barbecue sauce, maybe it might a little bit.
It made a little. That guy's got a thick stream, but I mean, we're going back to. That one's got a different consistency. That guy had some pineapple earlier that day. But like that one's okay. I will say that bun, then that one.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the splooge pancakes in the background if you look.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
I was trying not to.
That's a different angle. That's tasty. You can almost taste it. You can almost taste the kids right in it. You're just like, help!
That is like the credit sequence to Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
No, I have the
power! By the power of pre-cum, I compel you!
You know, it's just He-Man. It's just He-Man managing his humongous sword. You know, what can I tell you?
You'll never come on top of my pancakes, He-Man! Yeah! Alright, and then we have the strawberry ice cream. This is off the rails. This is strawberry ice cream and blueberries collide in the electric shake topped with whipped cream and a crackling layer of popping candy. Alright, everyone.
Alright.
Let's look at the colors here.
Yeah.
Purple,
look at that.
White, and a little bit of green.
Yeah.
Where's the green?
Now, did the guy have some hemorrhaging going on, and he gave a little bit too much effort when he was getting the sauce on the other one, so it bled a little in this one? Like, what?
Maybe that's what it was.
That's normal that my entire lower body is cramping right now, right? That's fine. Good.
You know, was this just the cook who just doesn't like He-Man? Just watched the trailer and was like, I hate this movie already. I'm not going to do a good job with this
He's like, you sons of bitches got rid of Noah Centineo.
Oh, it was me then. I'm sorry.
This one's for you, Noah! Hadouken! Like, for the love of God,
Tetsumaki,
you're let's get us back on track with Spielberg, because he's back in the sci-fi business with
the goat
Disclosure Day. Yeah, Disclosure Day comes out June 12th and is probably one of my most anticipated movies of the summer. We'll get to the other one later. Next, we've got Toy Story 5, which comes out June 19th. And June 26th is going to be interesting. There's a new comedy with Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen, Ed Norton and Penelope Cruz called The Invite. And then Supergirl comes out on the 26th.
Now that I'm legitimately excited for.
I cannot fucking wait for that.
Same. I think that's up there in my top 3 most anticipated.
I think Seth Rogen should invite Olivia Wilde to Denny's for their wonderful Masters of the Universe inspired menu.
Yeah, he's like, I just.
That's the sound the waiter was making when he made those pancakes.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining Seth Rogen high off his ass in one of those little ceramic ashtrays he's made that has Pop Rocks in his mouth, and he's like, whoa, what the fuck?
He's like, it looks like jizz. This is like we made back in made a porno.
This is totally going to be a subplot on the studio.
It has to be.
Oh my
god. Anyway, July
1st
is Minions and Monsters.
Oh god.
And then for some reason Dwayne Johnson is putting on a wig from Party City and playing Maui.
Do not insult Party City with that horseshit wig.
Their wondrous selection of various wigs.
Yeah.
You're right. I apologize.
And Party City's recently deceased. Like, do not desecrate the dead like that.
Yeah. We will not besmirch Party City's eloquent name with that horseshit wig.
Good name.
God.
Anyway, that's
so bad. God, that looks so bad. Oh my gosh.
You know what looks even better? The Odyssey, which is a movie that
They got their wigs from Party City. They got their wigs from Party City.
Yeah, because they respect the craft.
They respect the art.
They do. They do indeed.
And then closing out July will be Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Finally get to see Michael Mondo as a fucking Scorpion.
I know.
Finally, yeah.
They're paying off that thread from the end credit scene of freaking the original Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh,
it's taken what 9 years for that to pay off.
And also the Punisher and also hand ninjas. I'm always in favor of the hand ninjas. Yes, you
And
can
the
take
Hulk.
that out of context.
yes, the Hand Ninja was my second.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Mystical hand ninja.
Mystical Hand Ninjas, but also the Hulk and whatever they finally confirm fucking Sadie Sink to be. She's been everything from Jean Grey to Snowflame, and I don't know what she's
To Firestar.
Yeah. Ugh.
I would not be against either Jean or Firestar, frankly.
I want her to end up being the spider goddess queen that makes Peter impregnate himself.
Oh,
himself.
jeez. Oh, God. Can we not?
This
Is
again.
that Arachne? Or am I just, thinking of Turn Off the Dark?
No, you're thinking of Turn Off the Dark. But yeah,
Who doesn't think of Turn Off the Dark?
That's a real plot line, people, where this woman comes and basically mouth rapes Peter, and then he goes into a giant dome, turns into a huge version of Man Spider, and then gives birth to himself to give himself organic web
webbing.
shooters. That is the Sparks Notes of that unbelievable storyline that I would give Sony every bit of money I ever had if they adapted it.
So I think what that was just them saying, the editors of the Spider books at the time just going to the writers and being like, hey guys, because the movies have him with organic web shooters, let's figure out how to do this in the comics. And then they went ahead and they just did it in the most ridiculous, over the top, stupid way possible, so that they could be like, yeah, this is what we think of your fucking organic webbing, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, but because they've openly said that he is not. The director said he is not Man Spider in that movie, and he's waking up in web cocoons without web shooters.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I'd be down if they did Firestar and Iceman as Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just waiting for the movies to reference Turn Off the Dark, which, by the way, if y'all want a treat, just watch Patrick Page as the Green Goblin and Freak Like Me.
No.
That show is a dream. I am so mad that when it was on Broadway, I did not take the chance to see it because, I'm kicking myself.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm okay that I don't need to see a damn thing from that ever again.
No, but Brock, you will enjoy Freak Like Me because everything, you have the wonderful words of Bono playing in the background to giant inflatable costumes. This show is such a fucking mess, man.
Oh, I know. We've had on the podcast. I can't remember their name, but they've mentioned that freaking play 4 billion times every chance they get. But anyway.
All right. Few more titles to get to. Apparently there's a third Super Troopers movie that's coming out August 7th.
Yes.
Sure.
August 14th is The End of Oak Streak, which is it's a J.J. Abrams produced project where dinosaurs are in the suburb.
It's secretly another Cloverfield sequel?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, nice.
We got The Dog Stars, which is Ridley Scott's new movie, coming out August 28th, the same weekend as Coyote versus Acme, which is even if that movie doesn't turn out to be good, the fact that it's being released at all is a miracle.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the summer.
Gonna be a good one. Gonna be a lot.
Interesting.
Gonna be spending a lot of time in the movie theater.
Hand ninjas, giant swords,
Mortal Kombat,
unnecessary Toy Story sequels, and fatalities.
Oh yeah.
It's really all I need in my summer movies.
It's true.
Except none of them have Noah Centineo. Damn it!
No.
Except Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
We are getting Street Fighter.
We are getting Street Fighter. We are fighting some streets.
Yes, we are. What if they actually did a literal adaptation of Street Fighter and it was streets fighting each other? You know, I would go and see it.
He's just punching the curb.
Curb stomp, baby.
Yeah. Guy.
Voiced by Seth Rollins.
No, voiced by Danhausen.
Danhausen.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so on a future episode of Renegade Animation, we will talk more in depth about Invincible Season 4, but Bree, you want to give a little preview of what exactly we need to talk about with this season?
Okay, so let me just preface this. I only started watching Invincible because of work, so I caught up with, like, the comics and stuff, so I had, like, zero, like, context for any of this. Like, I literally, like, just caught up, you know, because I had to do stuff for work. I have a nickname for this show. It's called Invinci Crunch, because this show could be great, but my god, Robert Kirkman, a season every year, dude, no. Fuck no. Get out of here with that shit. Just literally go away. And I've, like, heard things, allegedly. I'm not gonna name names, but it's from viable sources that, yeah, there's definitely reasons why Invincible looks the way that it does.
And you know what really bothers me about this? So many people were, like, complaining about the gap between season 1 and season 2. And I kind of warned people that, like, you don't get to complain about waiting this long and then turn around and complain when a noticeable dip in quality happens now that, like, the seasons are coming out yearly.
But here's the thing, like, Invincible, I don't think, other than a few marquee scenes, has ever been, like, that visually of a stunning show. Like, unfortunately, and you know what, not every show has to be. I mean, there's shows that could just be fine, but you know what's bad? That I've seen, like, some seasonal anime with, like, more consistent animation quality. That probably has, like, a third of the budget. And you know what this crazy thing is? A lot of the seasonal anime probably have a longer production schedule than Invincible, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. And considering that Amazon is the one distributing this, Jeff Bezos has more money under his mattress than most production companies have for, like, their entire year.
So, like, here's the thing. This might not entirely be Amazon's fault from what I have heard.
Oh, you think this has to do with Skybound?
Mm-hmm. and again, I'm hearing this all from the grapevine, but Amazon has been cutting funding, but it's for, like, very, like, specific reasons. Like, I'm sorry, Daddy Jeff is not completely the blame on this one.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you can get some people that aren't A-list actors to balloon your budget.
Because here's the thing, too. Has been Hotel, which I'm sure has a similar budget, doesn't have these problems. Like, any issues they had from season 1, they've improved their animation quality so much in season 2, and you know what? It was about the same amount of time in between, maybe like a year and a half between seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Jealous Actors Ballooning My Budget is also a title of my autobiography.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's like, I've heard nothing about season 4 other than one thing, and I've heard it talked about repeatedly, so...
Okay, tell me what it is, because...
I bet you can guess it has to do with the one important female character this season.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Yep. I know where you're going with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it is in the comics, but it's like, what was the point of that special then?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess, it's just, and you know what? I get what they're trying to do, but it's like, how many times can we just have, Mark, being sad, I don't want to kill, blah, blah. I'm like, it's just, you're not challenging him to be like a different character. Like, yeah, we get that killing is bad, and it's like the same cycle, like, again and again. I mean, yeah, I get that this comic, at least the storyline, is over like 20 years old now, but it's like, and like, here's the dumb thing too, and from what I found out, like, kind of doing my research and thing, is that the earlier seasons, like, they took some creative liberties in adapting and changing. Like, Amber's pretty much a completely different character. But, like, what they're running into the problem now is that basically, instead of, like, making, like, a show, they're just adapting the comics. So, like, sometimes you get, like, these highs, but then other times I'm getting, like, the most intense early, like, 2010s Marvel animation vibes, and that's, like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not like there's anything necessarily wrong with just a straight adaptation, but
no, of course not.
No, JoJo exists.
Like, but you kind of have to choose. You kind of have to choose one or the other, because when you try to do both, you get one of the worst episodes with, unfortunately, one of the best premises too.
Yeah. It does suck, but it's unfortunately is what it is.
And to be clear, I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm enjoying the story of the season, but yes, I'm Brown, the Hell episode, which I only jokingly say is the best episode because they have a needle drop of Slayer's raining blood during one of the, like, during the climax, but no, that episode is kind of the worst example of where the budget went or didn't go.
Yeah.
But we will get into more of that later. For now, I'm not going to tell people who are like into the show to stop being a fan of it.
No, I still think it's a good show, but it's like, let's just be honest.
Yeah. All really I'm asking for is a little bit more critical thinking, because like, the story is still good, but there are flaws that kind of need to be addressed.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The fighting game looks good.
It does, and they don't have the same people in, but you would not have noticed that because people didn't know that Alex Lee is doing Steven Yen's voice.
That's right.
Until they announced him.
I know. I mean, to be fair, they do kind of sound almost identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds very much the same.
Yeah. You good with that then, Mike? Or
yeah, I'm good with that for now.
Okay. All right. So we do have one minor downer to talk about here. Comic book icon Gerry Conway has sadly passed away at 73. Conway was a co-creator of The Punisher, Jason Todd, Ben Reilly, Firestorm, and part of the night that Gwen Stacy died, which, side note, I have a kind of funny story about that. Okay. So, again, this is not me trying to brag, but like one of the first cons I ever got to was I got to meet Stan Lee.
Yes.
And there was a panel that he had where he was talking about stuff and people were just asking questions. And he talked about, like, one of the worst days to come back to the office was, and he talked about it was the night that Gwen Stacy died. Because he killed Captain Stacy and then he went on vacation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then when he came back, and he's like, this is when people still wrote letters, he came back to, like, his mailbox at the office, filled with hate mail, and then found out that Gwen Stacy was dead when he came back from vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he's like, I just killed her dad! What are you guys thinking? What is going on? It's just like, that's a hell of a thing to come back to. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's...
I mean, it's an interesting story nonetheless, but you know, thankfully we've rectified that by having, you know, the different universe versions of Gwen back in action as a Spider person. Also co-created the Punisher, by the way, Gerry Conway did.
Yes.
Which I'm sure that you mentioned, and I just didn't hear it. And also Ben Reilly, the Peter Parker clone, and the first Miss Marvel, who was Carol Danvers. So, that's one of my favorites also. Firestorm Vixen, Power Girl, Jason Todd, and Killer Croc. Famous fan of BET. As told to us by the first Suicide Squad film.
God, I still can't believe that movie is real.
That just makes me think of Harley Quinn. Oh my God, it's Lady Gaga!
Lady Gaga!
It's Lady Gaga!
You know, I don't hate that movie as much as other people do. I really don't. But like, it's just that's fascinating to me that we had such a great actor playing Killer Croc.
Yeah, it was weird.
But it's so interesting.
Croc,
that was interesting.
It sucks. He's a prolific person that came up with some really great characters.
Really great characters, honestly.
It doesn't shock me as much that a guy that co-created the Punisher also co-created Jason Todd, but like you get Ben Reilly and Firestorm and Vixen and some others. Like, it's a range in there of
it's a very good range.
Not giant characters outside of the Punisher, but still important characters.
Oh yeah,
and 73 is still a long life, but Roger Sweet. Who is Roger Sweet?
There was also another comic book writer who sadly passed away as well. Len Straczewski, I believe. His name? Let me double check that.
Roger Sweet is the one who created He-Man.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he just passed away today.
Oh holy shit! He was 91. Yeah, he looks like a guy that made toys. He looks like a really happy old guy. Aw. After a multi-year battle with dementia.
Oh, that's rough.
That sucks.
That is rough. Yeah.
I hope they add.
I'm telling you right now that is being added to the credits. Like now.
I hope they add that. Like,
it'd be so disrespectful if they didn't.
Like, I wouldn't doubt that someone in the movie is already called Roger Sweet. Like, I wouldn't doubt that, but I will be genuinely shocked if they don't go back and re-edit that in.
I mean, they've got time to just like put one more title card in the credits.
Absolutely. It's because we aren't exactly sending reels all over the place now. You're sending a file, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way in hell. If we could put a day one patch on the assholes in the Cats movie, we
oh jeez.
Reset the clock that we've talked about Cats. But yeah, 91. Man. Oh yeah. Fuck. All right. I have one story that I thought was interesting. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm a giant fan of Attack on Titan. And there was an interview with Isayama, the mangaka, recently. And he shared some thoughts on the series ending, which got some people's feathers ruffled. Now on display in the Attack on Titan Museum in his hometown as of April 2026, Eren became the protagonist who's committed mass slaughter on a scale rarely seen in other works of fiction. As for why I conceived such a story from the beginning, part of it was my desire to create a narrative with a major twist where the victim becomes the perpetrator. but a large factor was my own immaturity and foolishness at the time when I was in my early 20s. That aspect became the core of Aaron's character, leading to the point of where he confesses not as someone forced into wrongdoing by circumstances, but as someone who harbors a desire to do harm. However, Attack on Titan had long since ceased to be mine alone, and Aaron became a character loved by many readers. In the end, without fully committing to portraying him as a detestable figure, I found myself depicting him in a certain closeness and sympathy. As a result, I feel there remains a sense of insincerity in the story's conclusion, at least for my own assessment. So he feels like he kind of chicken shitted on making Aaron a complete villain because he was liked by the readers.
But this is him admitting that, yeah, Aaron's supposed to be the fucking villain, you stupid shits.
Yeah, which, even in the end, he still was the villain. He just did it in this version for a semi-altruistic reason, to make his friends look good so that humanity would then give his friends grace for taking him out to show that not all Eldians are horrible people.
And then just kicking the can down the road for like a couple centuries.
Yeah, which I do appreciate. They changed it from the manga. In the manga, it is not that far after the events. So the parody being bombed as a result of what Eren and the Eldians did. I appreciate in the anime where it goes centuries down the road, showing that parody got bombed for a different reason, showing that war's going to go on no matter how many good deeds you try and do. So that was an interesting, different version of, like, you saved your friends, but shit still happened down the line because human beings and Eldians are all essentially still normal. You can't avoid war for forever. I appreciated that part of it. It's very rare, in my opinion, at least, especially with mangaka, to hear them come out and go, yeah, I kind of chickened out on that because of what the people reading it thought. To me, that's rare, but I appreciated that he's openly admitting where he goes, yeah, he's supposed to be a detestable asshole. He also said in something recently where he's like, oh yeah, Eren and Mikasa were doing some shit regularly. Like, they didn't wait. They were messing around.
I mean, was that not implied?
Well, it is implied in the cabin scene, where it kind of goes, I wish we would have went away and had a life together where we weren't whatever. Because they show in the anime where and in the manga too, where she, like, attempts to confess that she loves him. Normally a person doesn't attempt to confess they love someone when they've been having sex quite a bit, when she's loved them since they were a kid. So it's iffy. I don't know. Some people still think she was having sex with Armin, because you can't have male friendships in anime. Bakugo and Deku were totally fucking, because we think about teenagers having sex because we're not normal.
And also, it's like, please, him and Annie were getting it on. Like, let's be real.
He's literally talking about, like, even if that was Bertolt in there partially, he was like, man, I really wish you weren't in that diamond right now. I'm having feelings. Which, hey, man. What? It is what it is. If you're gonna pick any of them, she's one of them. But, alright.
No, I mean, we definitely know that Armin's a bottom, and you're like, bro, I get it.
Well, I don't think if he attempted to be a top, Annie was not going to let that happen. And also, I love that Isayama confirmed that the thing that other people are trying to deny, that at the end, when Mikasa is visiting the grave with a guy and a kid, that is John. He got with her and had a kid. He confirmed in an interview quite recently that was him.
And you know what? John was happy, being, like, second place. He's like, you know what?
He was like, I still got there, baby!
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, Mikasa, that's terrible. That suicidal maniac's dead. Oh no! I'll give this 6 months, maybe. Sure, we can go visit the grave. I got what I wanted. Alright, so I think we might have kind of talked about this already, but who is everyone's favorite character that Gerry Conway created. I'm probably going to say Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers.
Carol is up there.
Also Killer Croc.
Killer Croc is up there too.
Part of me kind of wants to say Punisher, but if I'm being honest, I think the Punisher works better when he's not necessarily like. I think I like the Punisher better in other people's stories than except with like Garth Ennis's run.
Yeah, Garth Ennis is pretty good. He kind of fits the same role as Ghost Rider, where they work a lot better as a element in other people's stories,
Supporting
but when
character.
it's kind of by themselves, they're kind of because they you know what you're going to get each time.
Yeah,
yes,
pretty much.
Yeah. And the last thing, I guess, what is everybody's most anticipated film of the summer? Mine is, many people would think I'm going to say Spider-Man. It is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was going to say Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat 2 or Supergirl for me.
Yeah.
It's for me it's Supergirl, The Odyssey, and Disclosure Day. Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah, I'm probably on the same book as you, Mike. I mean, I've been busy and stuff. I don't go to movies as much, but yeah, definitely The Odyssey and Disclosure Day. Like, if I make like any effort,
Supergirl and Street Fighter are up there too.
Oh yeah, Supergirl looks a lot of fun.
Street Fighter's October, right?
Is it?
Yes. Let me just.
So that is partially out of the summer. Never mind.
Yeah.
But either way,
I
can't wait.
But
for
anyway,
that. God, I can't wait for that.
Me too.
I swear to God, a fireball came out of Ryu.
October 16th.
October 16th. Okay, got it.
And yes, Heiser, I am very much looking forward to the Amazing Digital Circus finale.
Yeah, and Coyote versus Acme is gonna be.
I do want to see Coyote versus Acme too. That looks fun.
Oh
that
yeah,
does look like a lot of fun.
Look great.
But all right, with that, I think we are good to get on out of here. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organized Zero. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Bree?
If you want to find me, you can find me on Blue Sky at crazylemur.bsky.social. I'm also on Instagram at lemurs1. Little shameless self promo. Our double episodes of Lay Crap featuring the live action Guyver movies are out. We have a couple episodes that we've recorded that are in the process of being edited. So if you want to hear us talk about David Hayter and like Mark Hamill and like weird ass 90s anime movies, give them a listen.
Yeah, Kiona.
You can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky at Neoplasmic, and you can find me on Twitter at Neoplasmic24, also on Instagram and Threads at Neoplasmic81, and also on the new project that we're doing, the Vampire the Masquerade live play that we're doing, that should be starting up relatively soon, I will say. Within the next few weeks, I think, judging from the pace that we're going. It can be found. We're going to have a TikTok presence. We already have one, and we're going to have a YouTube channel already set up, and also Twitter, and that is all at the Disexuals. That is DISEXUALS. So.
Nice. You can find me everywhere at Organized Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you're into cosplays and convention going and such, you can reach me over on my Instagram at Organized Zero. Until next time, we will see you all later.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.